So it just dawned on me that um hold on, let me see if it's on the off that Bluetooth. Uh, okay. Um it just dawned on me that I forgot and I just remembered. Opponent, opposite person is the like no and yes. So I'll be like the no and then there'll be the yes. How do I put it? In lamest terms, opposite is like total opposite, like when you're voting for something and then like you're agreeing to that, but the agreement is for the opposite. So it'll be like you're voting for this, so they're gonna do the opposite and they're gonna do the what you want is gonna be the other thing that ends up being in. So that's why Trump won the elections, because what we wanted, he got the least. He got the least, and from the least it went to that way. That's how they do it, an opposite person. No means yes and yes means no. We need to have things to where it's like no means no and yes means yes, because that's where we're at right now in life, and we need to be all on one understanding. And so if that is not done within like today, it needs to be done today, because it's not going to be like before, where before things didn't pass, now they're passing, and then like we're gonna be like no means no, yes means yes. And do you understand this? We have to ask them all the time. If they understand, great, we're all in the same understanding. But if not, we're gonna have to put things to where they are like down to the understanding that all understand same. And so we'll need this in sign language, we'll need this in all kinds of languages, like no means no, yes means yes, and that'll have to be that specific. And these are the specifics from the Pacific areas. And include Richgrove, Delano, Early Mart in the area with the Pacific, because we're all on that same we're all together here. And so like what else? um did you guys get a good rest? I did. That's a great, can you tell? And so anyways, today's a new day, and we're gonna like conquer, and we're gonna oh yeah, I was gonna say, don't let opportunities just be for me and my family. I expect the opportunity for it to grow, and I want everybody to have that same opportunity, because like if you guys only knew how lucky I am. I just don't brag, but I'm literally like, if you guys ever hear about mine, just know that God answers in several ways, and every prayer that I've ever asked for, He's answered. So thank you for all those who actually did have that part to bring that up. But other than that, like I just want to see more of that. And I don't want only mine to be the ones that were that blessed, because I know that a lot of people look up to that thing, and I want it to be like grow. And I see a lot in that with the youth. I feel that there's a lot of wrestlers that could do the same job, and they'll take over the whole thing. Like I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of people here, and everybody can be what they want to be. So anyways, going forward after that, I just don't want to ever be like judged as a different type of person, or me being favored. It's not me, I'm telling you, it's really God sent. um he answers, and like he knows that he's gonna give it to the one that was treated the least at one point in life and bring it up. So if you guys like know me from my past, you guys know that I used to love to fight, and then like and then I just stopped one day. Why? Because when it came back to me, and I'm sitting against that one that I love that hurt me, that shit hurt. And like I don't think I've ever been so hurt rather than being done wrong to. And I don't think that that was very polite on anybody. I wouldn't recommend that. And that's probably a reason why I accepted it all the time for people to just go ahead and do it. Because I knew my life had like more purpose to it. And I knew there was there was more ahead, like for me to just come out and save the world or whatever when I did or whatever I do. I know that I come from however God chooses, and that's why He'll let me be me in the process. Even when I walked in this whole life process, because I didn't want to be here, um, I said like, well, 10 years tops. And then he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's only because you were giving me a day time that I'm not gonna waste my life doing that. But okay, I'm gonna do that, and we'll do this in the 10 years tops. All of that is already concluded. Um, so it's like, even if I didn't get rich doing this, the blessings that I have are some things that money can't buy. And like, I don't think that money could buy me it can't buy me my brain cells back, and it can't buy me like my morals that I already have instilled in me. My morals I've had since what, first grade. A lot of people should have that. Not everybody does. And that's why one day all of it just came to me, where I'm like, wait a minute. I can be me when I walk into this next best thing part. I can be me. I could take my music with me because I love music, and I'm not leaving my music behind. No, I'm just kidding. And I need my makeup bag too. So like, if I have that, then I'm good. Like I could do my works for you, however you want. But so other than that, I'm not leaving my music. Like, there's things that we're not gonna leave behind. So these things will carry on, and then they'll either transfer into the same realm, or they'll but that's because you're they're praying for you at the same time. And like, we're all like, since the we already got our installations of the same installments, um they're like the basic 10 Catholic commandments, all the things that we learn from catechism. This is why, because even though you don't know that you have that, this is why we were all able to do that. Boom, like, just, you know, one at once, because we knew what time it was. And we were already preparing each other for this since like what, fourth grade. Um, we heard about the man being changing into a woman, and a woman changing into a man, and the government trying to make us forget who we were. And like, so we're so mind strong right now that we're not gonna forget who we are. We're not even gonna forget who God is. And like, I don't know if that's a problem, but I'm being clear on that. We're gonna remember him, and we're gonna talk about Jesus too, because there's two crosses, not just three. And this is gonna be it, because with the third one, well, you guys already seen, and like, we're not gonna continue that. It's not to continue, it stops there. It stops here. And this is where we get morals, and like the ground rules and the standards and the procedures of what's not going down on the land anymore, because we're like making that clear. And so like, if we see something out of line, we're gonna speak on that. And like, if somebody has any problems, you guys can strictly specifically talk to me or whoever. I speak English and Spanish. I ain't trying to be like anybody's friend, or like being voted for or anything. I know my stance here. I know who I am, and then that's just it. So like, Mexicans, we're badass. We're gonna stick to that because we're gonna preserve that name. This has nothing to do with race. I was hearing something about race earlier, and I was thinking like, well, race. Okay, I could understand your guys' position, and I will take Europe into consideration. I was thinking too, like, okay, if that's the way it runs, I'm looking at that as a future thing, and so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we're not gonna run like that. Um, we got better standards, and so, anyways, I'm gonna go now because my day's done and like it's barely started. I mean, um, I get way off course topic, so I better just end it. And hi everyone. You guys can't change. No, no one can change. Well, I believe that they can. I believe that the world can change. It just depends on how we talk to them. Like if we want people in our life, we're gonna talk to them with love. If we don't, we're not gonna love that. And we're probably gonna be pushing that away. So like it's more of a life that we will have to accept each other. And if you know how to accept each other, then that's the you already know just probably it's best staying apart. And like that's it. Like and so when that time comes, it's good for both. There's no need to even like care. And so that's life, right? Um well, yeah, I got a heart that doesn't like to care if I don't need to care. Um I want to care right here because of the fact that I do want to be the one on the bottom that everybody like had treated bad, and I prefer that if you guys took it out on me like that rather than anybody else. Um I'll take it. I'll take that. Um because I know I'm here for a purpose that is like people were going to not like anyways. And it was going to be offending to a lot of people. So rather than that, going and letting that be known, just take it all out on me and only me. Um, or pray for me, and I'll like, hopefully that'll work. I don't know. We can like practice this friendship thing, and we can practice like being really good, trusting each other here, because it's not that easy to just like sell ice to an Eskimo, or sell or like gain trust from somebody who already doesn't like trust nothing. Like it's already been there, right? And for too long we haven't like really gone gained to have the respect that we can trust. And so it's okay. Like most of us don't give it the time or day to give it a chance to like see what can be done. We're just too busy fighting. And that can change, yes, I believe that. But I just don't want to see anybody treated less than I get treated. So that's why I chose to go last on everything and for free. Like yesterday I said it. Um my sense, my 6 cents when I put into the stock market, 6 cents. I looked at it like my 5 senses. That like if I put a cent in, I at least if I lost, I'd still have five left, right? I'd still have five of my senses left. And if I didn't want to lose big, so that's why I only put 6 cents. And so then I'm like, well, even if it was a transformation yesterday, whatever happened, I'm fine with the change in the transformation if that went for senses that I gotta keep rather than money, because I didn't want to do anything with the money. And so I've already spoke on that part. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of rules coming in, and like yeah, we are going to have to discuss these things, but like we got to do it in a way that we can like all speak to me nicely. um because if I get triggers, I don't like to get like not even I don't like to get blind at my triggers, and I don't like to think that like I don't want to be able to see what my purpose is here for life, but I know it's to like also make sure that everybody's okay. And so I've always been like a big protector. And so a lot of people around me have never even like fought or nothing. So it's like not allowed. It's not allowed anymore. And like that's the standard that we're gonna have down on these grounds now. We'll be talking about the vacate part, and we're going to talk about the implementing and the vouchers, how the vouchers are going to be able to cover for the rents and houses and stuff that's going to be in a trade that's going to go on. It has to be public, everything that we're talking about. These are going to be trades without money. That way all are on the same understanding, and you guys are not being hostile to people. um I know that every apartment complex has a Mexican name, so those are our monuments now. And so to be fair with that, we're gonna allow them to come and live in the neighborhoods, and that is expected to where they're not being treated badly. We want to have the same teachings that we know to be taught to them, but we also want to have our standards to where they're like knowing what grounds they're on too. That way, we're not having anybody act out of line or acting like they're gonna get married to somebody and think that they're gonna get rich. No, that's not gonna be the case. We're all equal here, and we're not gonna accept bitches or hoes. And I just don't even mean to be that way, that blunt, but it's not acceptable here. If you're gonna be that, that's not the kind of people that we want in our ground. But the fact that you are going to be here, you're going to have to know the ground rules. And so it'd be probably best to not sleep around or not have more than one partner or something like that. But it doesn't matter if you do. It's life. Just when it's anybody that I know, you make sure you tell me what's going on, because if it's not that, then I don't know, like, so we're not going to accept a lot of things, and these are like expectations, and we need to know everything. I want to know everything. I need to, and that'll be all. Thank you.